Hello YouTube, Bronky3 here, back with another kicking action figure review. Today it's one of my newer figures, the Sinestro Core Batman from Wave 15 of DC Universe Classics. It's one of the 75th anniversary waves. Pretty cool figure. I got him for $11.50 off of Amazon, free shipping because I got him with another figure of mine. But yeah, he's really tight. I just wanted to show him before I lost the stuff he comes with. Well, the first thing he comes with, I wouldn't lose because it is a Build-A-Figure piece for Validus. It's his torso. Yeah, pretty tight. But this, I almost always lose this. I think the only one I still have... Oh, never mind. I had a Blue Beetle one, and I had an Alan Scott Green Lantern one, and I lost them because they were on my satchel, and they fell off my satchel. But he comes with this kickin' Sinestro Core Batman button, which looks really awesome, I have to say. It looks really tight. I love it. Yeah, all the 75th anniversary figures came with these buttons. But I mean, it's pretty cool. And the final thing he comes with, which is really cool, and I'm going to spend a few seconds talking about here, is his construct, his Batarang construct. This really big Batarang, pretty well detailed. This nice kind of translucent feely plastic. It's thick enough where you can't see through it, but it still feels Why did I do that? Feels translucent. And you got like the spiking energy around the hand, and it really fits on your basic DC Universe Classics ring fist, probably your regular fist too. So if you want to put this on any of your other Sinestro Core members, it'll probably fit. I don't know about the Wave 20 Sinestro or the 2-pack Sinestro, the regular Thal Sinestro from the Hal Jordan Sinestro 2-pack, but it probably will. I bet it fits on him too, just fine. So yeah, really cool. I always love getting constructs that'll fit on more than one person. But yeah, the Sinestro Core Batman figure. This is one I've been wanting for a bit. It came down between him and the Question, and I picked him. Originally I didn't want to get Lantern figures. I have a ton of Lantern figures, and I didn't want to get a Batman figure because that's the thing I have the second most of. I was like, let's get something that's not Lantern and not Batman. Well, that didn't really happen. I did, in fact, get both, turns out. Wow, literally the farthest thing from what I planned on doing. But the Question's next on my list, so I guess I'll get the Question next, or Savage Hawkman, or something, I don't know. But you have to admit, he is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So, yeah, let's take a closer look at him. I kind of felt the need to just compare him with another Batman. So here he is with the All-Star Batman, the All-Star wave. And there's a lot of similarities, also a lot of differences. First difference, head sculpts. As you can see, he's just kind of a neutral and he's grimacing. So there's that. Really the same cape. It attaches the same way. It just goes around the head and it all flows down all black. His might be a little wider, but that also might just be because the packaging crunched it and it put those weird creases in it that you'll see in a sec. They have the same molds here in the arms, like the upper shoulder and bicep, all the same mold. But as we get down to the regular hands, they do not have the same, as you can see. And they have the same upper, like, torso buck. This is the same sculpt as that. But the abs down here, this under the joint, are not the same. They are a different sculpt. He has a utility belt. He has no utility belt. He has the Sinestro Core belt. But they do have the same legs, just painted differently. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. And this guy has a ring hand, and the other guy doesn't. That's the only differences. And that and the obvious paint job. Speaking of paint job, let's get into that. Let's check out detail and paint. I do kind of like his grimacing face. It's also a little creepy though, but I think the teeth look good. They did nice paint with the teeth there, I think, actually. I think he looks pretty good. And the eyes and just you got the wrinkles in the cowl there, that looks good. Never really liked this kind of cape. It's just attached right here, but it's also attached back here, but it's like just around the neck. I kind of like him pinned on the shoulders, But it's not a bad looking cape, except the packaging pinched the sides for a while, and so they just kind of, I can use hot water or hair dryer or something to fix them, probably easy, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Then of course you got all the Sinestro Core paint. You got the black, you got the yellow. It looks really, excuse me, looks really good. That's a really clean Sinestro Corps symbol. That's a really clean Sinestro Corps symbol, as you see he's in the yellow band on the arm. No yellow band on this arm. I like figures that aren't symmetrical. It makes them feel more realistic. No one's truly symmetrical. And then you have these Sinestro Corps armbands, but they also have Batman's little spikities coming out of them as well, which I think is a great touch. They look pretty awesome. And then you got the ring hand. Mine has this big yellow smudge right here. I can easily fix that. That's no problem. But, I mean, he's got his ring, which looks fairly good. Kind of see the Sinestro Corps symbol. And then kind of a holding hand if you want him to hold a regular Batarang or something. And you got his Sinestro Corps belt. Those go all the way around. It's just like the one on my Sinestro and on my Sinestro Corps Hal Jordan and stuff. And you've got just black legs with yellow boots, peg holes. You got the yellow painted down the back too, info. But yeah, that's detail and paint. I think it looks pretty good. So how about now some articulation? Yeah, the head kind of moves around a bit. You got that up and down swag. Looks down a bit, not up too much. And side to side, got up and down on the arms. He's kind of stiff. I literally just took him out of packaging and placed him a little, and he's got articulation there on the arm, and then some elbow, and then wrist rotation. And then we've got that ab crunch swag. I don't know why I'm saying that. We got a nice waist joint, in and out, forward and back, knee bend, thigh swivel, and up and down on the foot. Sadly enough, we don't really have an ankle pivot, so that kind of sucks that they took that away from these figures. I think only the early waves really had it, but yeah, that's it. So now about we get into some size comparisons. Alright, so as you already saw, the Sinestro Corps Batman already scales up well with the All-Star Batman. So I figured I'd show him next to a Lantern, and also another Batman character that wasn't Batman. So here he is next to the DC Universe Classics Green Lantern Hal Jordan from the Sinestro Hal Jordan 2-pack. So, yeah. And I think they scale up pretty well together. They're about the same height, you know. That's pretty great if you want to have some kind of little feud going on or something, you know. It's pretty tight. And also over here we have the Signature Collection Black Mask. And I think they also scale up well together too. They're about the same size. So yeah, he's going to scale up well with your DC Unlimited, Batman Unlimited, DC Universe Classics, DC Superheroes, Signature Collection, all those lines and those sized figures. Now here he is next to some Movie Masters figures. Here he is with the Dark Knight Rises Batman, really the same as the Dark Knight Batman, so if you have any of those, you're good. And he does not scale up well with that line. Sorry to say, if you have him facing off against your Nolan Batman villains, like your Ra's al Ghul, your Bane, or something like that, he's not going to scale up quite well with them. He's going to be too big. He's going to be too buff, he's going to be too tall. Not going to happen, it's not going to work. Sorry. But then here we have the really crappy Movie Masters Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Got that Ryan Reynolds not swag. Yeah. And he's even bigger. Like, the scaling's even worse. I feel like Movie Masters keep getting bigger, which is so weird. But yeah, so he's not going to scale up well with them either. Maybe some of the weirder alien ones, like the Izamat Call or the Notki Loy, you could say he fits well with those because they're these big, weird alien-shaped ones. They're not humanoid, but the humanoid ones for the Green Lantern line, he does not scale up well with. He's not going to scale up well with your Sinestro or Hector Hammond, and he's obviously not scaling up with Hal Jordan here. So the Sinestro Corps Batman isn't going to go well with your Movie Masters figures. Now, here's just some DC Directs. I thought it'd be a good idea to just keep the whole Batman Lantern theme going on. So first up here we have the DC Direct Knight from Batman Incorporated line. And obviously Knight's just way too big for him. The height is... he's crazy taller. Well, not crazy, but he's definitely taller. You can't really hide it. And also the Black Lantern Superman over there from the Blackest Night line is also a good bit too big for him. So he's not going to scale up well with your DC Direct figures either. So really, if you want him to stay in scale, if you care about scaling, he's going to need to be with your Mattel non-Movie Masters figures. That's what he's going to go well with, and that's what I'm going to have him displayed with. So what are my final thoughts on the Sinestro Corps Batman from Wave 15 of DC Universe Classics? I gotta say I dig him. Definitely worth the $11.50 I paid for him. I would have paid full retail price for him for sure. I think he's a good figure. Most of his paint is pretty clean. The Sinestro core symbols, both of them are really clean. I like his sculpt. The cape isn't my favorite, but I like the head sculpt. The ring looks fine. As you can see, I fixed the yellow smudge that was on there already. I fixed it before the size comparisons. And I love his bat Sinestro core gauntlets with the spikes. I love that. Love it. And he's got good detail on the belt and stuff. So I think that's pretty awesome. I think he looks good. I mean, the buck might be a bit big. He might be a little overly muscular, but you know, lots of them are. Lots of these are overly muscular, and that's all right, because they're all. If everyone's overly muscular, no one's overly muscular. It's true. So I'm fine with that. He came with this really cool Batarang construct, which is super duper tight. I do have to say, I really dig the Batarang construct. I'm glad they included a construct. They don't include enough constructs. And as I said, it does fit on your other lanterns and stuff. So if you want another Sinestro core member wielding this Batarang, he definitely can. It fits really well, which is fantastic. And he scales up well. He's going to scale up well with the rest of your lantern core, unless of course it's DC Direct or Movie Master's lantern core. In that case, it probably won't. He probably won't scale up well with them. But if it's Signature Collection, if it's DC Universe Classics, DC Direct, you know, well, not DC Direct, I meant to say DC Unlimited, but he's going to scale up well with your Mattels. Maybe not the Movie Master so much, but the Mattels. And you know, all around, I do enjoy this figure. I'm glad I picked him up. He's one I've been wanting for a while. And I really do like him. You know, I'm glad the button's pretty cool that he comes with. You know, I'm going to lose it, but it's a really cool button. And I do like this figure. I'm glad he's in my collection, and he'll be in my collection for a long time. Unless I run into a really huge financial crisis, which hopefully won't happen. But, you know, I think that's going to be it for this review. That's it. So, honestly, I'm going to give this guy 4 out of 5 stars. It would be 3 out of 5 stars, but to be honest, this seals the deal for me. This is a whole star by itself. I love this thing. Just whenever I get a construct, I get excited. And I also really think the button's cool, and I'm just glad they gave us this figure. This is a really cool figure. It probably wouldn't be too hard to customize, but still, you know, it's one that's nice to just have. You don't have to put all that work into customizing, or paying someone to customize one would probably cost more than the figure itself. In fact, I'm sure it would. Because you have to buy the figure, and then you have to pay the person, and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, thank you all for watching so much. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my newest channel, which is going to be my main channel from now on. Lots of toy stuff on there, action figure collection updates, comic book collection updates, unboxing videos, all kinds of cool stuff on there. A new Godzilla and Gigan show, or 2, are going to appear on there. You know, my Batman videos are going to appear on there. All kinds of cool stuff is going to be on my new channel. Please check it out. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into that channel, and it's going to be my best channel yet. I'm positive of it. So, yeah, go check out that channel. Also my other channels, Super Friends Benefits, Slender Happening, they're all down there in the description below. Please check them out, my friends. They are really cool. Facebook also, Twitter, we'll follow you back on Twitter. Just lots of cool stuff. But yes, thank you all for watching. I am grateful. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. 4 out of 5 stars, mostly because of the stuff he comes with. And I'll see you all later.